Well, hello there. Welcome to Versions, the series where I try to survive 100 days of hardcore Minecraft in every version of the game. Today, we're in 1.4. This is my 1.4 house, and this is a very special update, as it came with its very own title card. This update was first released on October 25th, 2012, with its last update coming in January 9, 2013, giving it 70 days between 1.3 and 76 days for Mojang to complete it. This one's a special one, as it's the first one with the name since 1.0, ending the no-name update streak we were on. But you're not here for a history lesson? Well, you kinda are, as I'm here to tell you the story of how I survived 100 days of hardcore Minecraft in version 1.4. Starting on day 0, I spawned in right beside a village, and don't worry, I remembered to get my Steve suit on. Checking out the village, I got myself iron stuff, but I still had to use my bare hands to punch a tree. And found my first new mob. This version was turning out to be a pretty glitchy one, and you still can't drag. Trying to escape the glitchiness, I went into the nether. But I quickly got scared, so I headed back, spawning me in a cave. So I went mining. After almost dying, I got enough iron for full armor, and more importantly, a clock. Continuing to mine, I got jumped by a gang of zombies. But using my parkour skills, I was able to get away. Getting their stuff, I got a new item, Enchanted Book. And by day 4, I got diamonds. Mobs can now spawn with armor, by the way. I got tired of mining, so I headed to the surface. And made a second portal far away, spawning me in the same one. And going back put me in the same cave. 1.4, you really are the glitchiest version. I got more diamonds and witnessed a tragedy. R.I.P. Peter. Getting rid of my stone tools, I upgraded to iron and continued getting diamonds and emeralds, which, using my savvy negotiation skills, I turned into diamond boots. With my extra protection, I ventured deep into the nether, finding another new mob, a weather skeleton. He can be a bit intense. I knew I was going to be spending all my time in the nether fortress, so I made a portal to set up my base, spawning me in right beside wolves. So I tamed them and checked out my area. There was a zombie spawner right by the surface, so I did the only rational thing and made it my storage unit. I tested out sending wolves into the nether, and it worked like a charm. They're going to help me achieve the goals for this episode. First, to interact with every new mob. There are 6 in total. Second, to play around with the new items. More importantly, carrots and potatoes. Third and lastly, to get a full beacon, which means I need to kill the new boss, the weather. Which brings me back to the dogs. I'm gonna be killing a lot of weather skeletons, but they'll have to wait just a little bit, as before I start hunting, I wanted to get a bit more protection. So I went diamond mining, and by day 14, I have full diamond armor. So I made a safe-ish zone area. Stupid magma cream now getting the memo. Smelting netherrack still isn't a thing. That'll be important for later. I became your local brewer in order to safely do my business. And doing my business I did. Killing weathers by day, and expanding the platform in later in the day. Time is weird here in the nether. Good thing I made the potions, as it was getting a bit nippy up there, so I took a plunge down to the lava pool. That wouldn't be the last time. Something special was happening though, as I got my first head. Even more crazy, I got a second one right after. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I do apologize for not getting it on camera. I was killing so many, and I didn't have the storage for it back then. I was determined to get the next one on camera though. And you won't believe what happened next. I got a third one. Still not on camera. I swear I didn't cheat. And just to prove it, I'm recreating getting all 3 heads in my own world while showing all the kills. Yes! Nice! Yes! I'm out of here. Nice. Haha, there. I got him. Did I need to do this? Probably not. I've already spent over 1,000 hours in this project. But hey, I just wanted another excuse to play. This was crazy though. I had more heads than stone swords. To celebrate my accomplishments, I got started on a mine. In order to get a full beacon, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time down here. I went enderman hunting after, making sure to treat my dogs right. Then I set off to see if I could find this stronghold. Dogs can teleport on their eyes, by the way, so be careful. And grass doesn't really blend in still. My pearl finally broke right around Herobrine's area. It's spooky stuff. I got another pearl and kept looking. But it didn't take me very far. So I stayed down in the caves. Pick your fighter. Wait, hold up. You can't do that. That wasn't supposed to happen. At least exploring the cave led me right to the stronghold. It felt like the game really wants to show off enchantment books. Like I get it, they're new. Finally, on day 25, I found the portal room. And of course, it had 0 pearls. First one on the zeros. In need of pearls, I explored the rest of the stronghold. Getting one from a chest, and you know the library had to get it. Same with this line. This enderman enlisted the help of a creeper, but I was able to come out on top. Then came around a new mob, a zombie villager, a retro zombie villager. I continued to hunt endermen and mine, with an occasional slime kill here and there. By day 30, I thought it would be a good time to enchant, cause you know, level 30. Getting fortune 3, what a beauty. I placed the 4 eyes I had and made a staircase to the surface, where I got my dog and headed back home. I'm rich. I made a map. Cool. With the stronghold being so far and my desire not to go outside, I made my own enchanting table and continued mining. I knew getting a full beacon was going to take all of my time. Originally, I thought the heads was going to take me the longest, but we all know how that turned out. I sneaked in a quick trip to the nether to get nether bricks, as I thought what better block to use in my base than that. This ended up showing me just how many blocks I'm going to need for a full beacon, so down to the mines I go. I ended up enchanting my sword, was looking for looting. But I won't be too greedy. I've been pretty lucky this version. I put the enchanting books to good use by placing feather falling on my boots. And after a quick trip to the nether, looting one on my sword. I tested it out on weather skeletons. I was determined to get ahead on camera. But my armor was taking a beating, so needing a bit more peace in my life, I went mining. While past me does that, let me show you around. This is my new stuff room. Everything you see here was added in this version, so it's very special. Anyways, I think he's almost done now, so back you go. Creeper piñata. I'm rich again. I used the next day to get potions I was gonna need for later, and after all my iron was melted, I happily placed it on my wannabe beacon. Almost completing the first layer. Now here's where I start to realize just how jumpy I played this game. As seemingly out of nowhere, I decided to make a nether highway to the stronghold where I got my books. Then I went mining, completing the first layer. To celebrate, I headed out and found a glitchy village. And more importantly, I found the new items, carrots and potatoes. I really wanted to trade my books away, but the villager wanted my private collection. So I killed some squids and chickens to make it happen. He didn't like it. Trades can be turned off now. So I went back home and started to terraform my land. A build as impressive as a beacon deserves a cool backdrop. So I planted carrots and potatoes to be set right under the beacon. My water was freezing though, so I went into the nether for a hot surface. And I'm not just talking about my OnlyFans. Back home, I performed a science experiment. Does fortune work in carrots? And the answer was overwhelmingly yes. So by combining the powers of my fortune pick and the bone meal from the weather skeletons, I was able to get a full carrot field by day 57. My potato field was a bit neglected though, so I got right on it, only taking me 1 day to complete it. This will give me blind confidence to expand. But before I do that, I made myself a new meal. Golden carrots. I was feeling myself, so I made another nether highway to the village, where I went straight to trading for an enchantment. Weird. And it looks like the villager's still reading my diaries. After that, I did the usual and went mining, where I just couldn't stop finding spawners. I even found a double one. Crazy. Looting one ended up coming pretty clutch. as this Enderman dropped 2 pearls. This one only dropped 1, greedy guy. I got some diamonds and a zombie dropped a carrot, but I didn't need it anymore. I continued to mine, with emeralds being a hot commodity. Coming out of an extremely good mining session, this villager still didn't want to trade. So I set him free, hoping this would change his mind. If that didn't work, kidnap was always an option, which I showed him, taking his neighbor. I wanted to test it out before I bring him along, so knowing it was safe, I took him with me. But once he had a chance of freedom, he made a run for it. So I trapped him, for his own good. I went back to the village and started leveling up the cleric. I knew at his max level he would trade me Eyes of Ender. But today wasn't that day, so I moved on to smelting all my iron. This gave me enough to complete the base of the beacon, so I could place all the pretty blocks in a cool pattern. But the trade was always in the back of my mind, so I went back and repaired my pickaxe with the trade. A nice bonus. That wasn't even the best part, as the next trade was the Eyes of Ender. 9 emeralds though, a bit steep, but I was too deep in it to back down. Needing a bit more to complete the beacon, I went mining, making sure to kill all the Endermen I came across, with this guy dropping 2 pearls again. Making sure I didn't disturb my sleeping friend, I continued on my way. Lots of mining. And once I came out, I had no idea where I was. But using my survival skills, I drank my own pee. Navigated my way back. And smelted all my iron. I also enchanted my bow, as the days are getting on, and I needed to start thinking about the dragon fight. But I still had time to fill. And what better way to do it than my base? With my iron smelted, I was finally able to finish the beacon. Day 75, baby, let's go! And don't worry, I did end up fixing the gold layer. With this boosting morale, I got right to work on the rest of the base, as something as special as a beacon needs a temple around it to be properly worshipped. So I expanded the bottom layer of the farm and went back into the nether. And it finally happened. A weather skeleton head on camera. Yes! To celebrate, I changed up my diet and continued killing. Not really sure why. I would have stopped after I got the shot, but I guess I had some pent-up aggression. I did end up moving on to making my base prettier. I quickly ran out of blocks, so back to the nether I went. After making more potions for the fights coming up, I fixed the emerald block in the beacon. It was really bothering me after I looked back at the footage. With that out of the way, I was free to work on the beacon temple during the day and Enderman hunt during the night, getting to kill a spider jockey. And I guess Enderman too. While expanding my temple, I decided to make an ender chest. They were added on the previous version, but I didn't get to play with them. The next couple of days were used for wall expansion. And by day 85, I made it to the second layer. Even more special though, I found 2 zombie villagers. So I started to cure them. One turned out to be a cleric, and the other one a butcher. My nether brick hole was getting pretty big, and it was gonna keep getting bigger. I got big plans for this temple. I had to harvest the crops to keep expanding, and also to cook some potatoes. Not to eat, but for levels. But that's for later. As right now, it's building time. While I do that, I should probably introduce you to the rest of my flatmates. Here, let's take a look around. Maybe not her. After all that building, it was looking pretty good. But not good enough, so back to work I went. This is also where the baked potatoes came into play, getting me all the way to level 30. So I changed my food source again, and enchanted my pants. Day 98 now, here's where I locked in. Nothing else mattered but the temple. I didn't sleep, even in real life, and I just built. But you'll have to wait to see it till after the fight, as it was day 100. So getting ready, I tried to repair my diamond sword, but I got shot down by the anvil. I went into the nether for some last minute shopping, and off to the end portal, where me and my poppy set off on a mission. Something weird was happening with the dragon. She kinda froze on the other side of the island, so I got to take a couple of free shots at the random towers. Until I overstepped and woke her up. She wasn't too happy about it. But who can blame her really? I would be pretty upset if someone came into my house and started shooting me with a bow and arrow. Anyways, seeing that she was close to death, I decided it was time to summon the big new baddie. I thought, what better way to introduce the new boss than fighting it with the old boss? But the dragon had other ideas, and ate my soul sand. And of course, I didn't bring any extra. So I just ended up taking her down myself. But hey, I know you were really looking forward to that. So I took the liberty to do this fight in my very own Minecraft series, F-Craft episode 84, which you can watch by a small price. Just kidding, I'll show it to you. No. Not the best footage as the dragon makes it all dark, but hey, they're dead. But anyways, I still needed to fight the weather in version 1.4. So after picking up all the experience in the dragon egg, I said goodbye to the end and headed home. So I seriously miscalculated that, and the worst part, you didn't even get to see my build. So in the spirit of the holidays, I rebuilt it. Happy holidays, everyone! And that's everything for this episode. Thanks for watching 1.4, and come back next week for version 1.5, the Redstone update. There you go. Baby zombie builder. No! That is so dumb! Oh my god, wow, what a mistake.